Alrighty, and the community is obviously excited to hear from you. They've been following the story from the beginning. To start off the bat, what's a message that you want them to know?
To be safe when you're out there, be prepared, and if let your family know exactly where you're going when you leave the house. And now I let my wife know where I was going, but they had the roads blocked up there for a fire, so I ended up going to a different spot. And then it all snowballed from there. In my no cell phone service in that area, I didn't have a phone with GPS on it or anything, so I lost reception. I couldn't use it at all.
And talk to me, I know it was almost nearly 20 days out there, right? What gave you the
Yeah,
strength to power through 20 days, even 6 days without eating?
God, I'm a Christian person and I believe in the Lord, and the Lord saved me. He watched over me, didn't let my mind go crazy and overthink things. And I knew where I was at, but nobody else knew where I was at. And that was the problem because I didn't let anybody know where I was going. And I was up on top of a road called Swamp Lake Trailhead, and it's about 10,500 feet. And I made a bad choice on the wrong road. I missed my turn and I ended up going down a Jeep trail, which was a rock crawler trail. And once I got started into it, I couldn't get back out. I turned around, tried to get out. I couldn't get back up it. But, and then it ended up, I turned around and started going down, thinking the trail would probably take me down because I could see it goes down through a valley. I'm going, well, maybe it'll take me out the other end. And it did not. So I turned back around and started coming back up, and it started snowing. I go, I got to find a flat spot to park, So I found a big rock and I parked on it. And I sat there that night in the driver's seat because I didn't want to get out in the snow. And woke up in the morning, I guess you'd call it, had about 2 feet of snow on my pickup. And I just was stuck there. I couldn't drive out of that in a Dodge Dakota quad cab. You just no way I was going anywhere. So I was stuck in that spot for 3, 4 days before the snow melted enough. And then I drove, started walking around and I found the trail signs and I started driving down the trails. But this is a Jeep trail, not a Dodge Dakota trail. There's big rocks and I got stuck several times and had to jack it up and hopefully let it roll over and not roll all the way over and stuff. And I did things that people would not believe. I was stuck in one spot at an angle about like this. I couldn't move and I had to sleep like that night. And in the morning, I carry about 3,000 feet of rope with me, this PG&E rope that they pull electric lines with. And I tied it around my front tires. And there was two trees up there about 50 feet away. And I go, well, and I doubled this rope, tripled it, and tied it on these trees and tied it around my front tires. And it actually pulled me back out of that hole. I couldn't believe it. Got me moving again. And I got to go down the road a little further. But this is a continuing thing from one thing like that to another. It just kept snowballing. The road's getting worse and worse. And I'm just going, oh my God. But when I was up there for 3 days in that snow, though, I burned a lot of fuel just trying to stay warm. And then I got to a point where I didn't have no gas. I had an eighth of a tank of gas, and there was no way I could try to drive out of there. It'd be too much angle. I'd run out of gas. So I was stuck in one spot, and there was a creek about 50 yards away. I packed my water jug I carry with me all the time with snow. The first few days when the snow was heavy, I got out and packed it full of snow. So I had snow water to drink, and then that ran out. And I started drinking creek water. Creek water saved my life because I was drinking 6 to 8 bottles of creek water a day. And then I drank probably 5 gallons of that over the next 20 days or the 19 days. And it was just an amazing story. And I kept my faith. I kept reading my Bibles. My Bible app, and I'm just reading my Bible, reading books in my Bible, and praying to the Lord. My wife's reading her Bible. She's praying to the Lord. My church is praying for me. The whole community prayed for me. people that weren't even Christians were praying for me. And the whole Fresno County rescue team was up there. They were searching hard, looking hard for me all day long until dark. And then they couldn't fly no more. And when I got picked up, my wife, when I see my wife at the hospital, she started showing me stuff. I go, oh my God, these guys are they were diligent. They stayed on top of me. And she goes, well, why didn't they find you? I go, because I wasn't where anybody thought I was.
Sorry, we got people talking in the background.
Oh, you're totally fine. So tell me a little bit about, were you familiar with that terrain? Have you ever been in that area before, briefly?
I've been in the top before, but I've never actually been down that Jeep trail because you don't go into those things when you don't have the right kind of trucks. But I just made the wrong decision. I wasn't paying attention and I pulled down there. And once I went off the first drop, I was pretty much stuck in it. I couldn't get out.
And talk to me a little bit about the rescue in itself. Did you see, was it a group, a person, or?
It was just three guys in a suburban Tahoe coming up there to go hunting. They're out of Farmersville. I had walked out Saturday morning and I got exhausted and I'm sitting down on the bank and I told the Lord, I go, Lord, I got to either start a fire right now because it's going to get dark here in an hour, or you got to bring a vehicle up here. And God told me, goes, look up. And I looked up and there's a Suburban in front of me with headlights on. And this guy's looking at me with binoculars, and another guy starts yelling my name and I'm going, who's this guy? I don't know this guy. But they come driving up there and they got out and started hugging me. Ron, are you okay? I go, yeah, I'm okay. I'm alive. Now I'm really okay because you guys just saved my life. And I told him, I go, you guys need to get over here. I go, I got to say a group prayer for us. I go, we got to thank God and I got to thank you at the same time. So I blessed them, blessed their family, and I blessed God and thanked God and told God, thank you for saving my life. Now I get to see my wife and kids and grandkids again.
And how did it feel to make that contact where you finally saw somebody that was able to help?
You know, I was so elated. I kept thanking them, and they're trying to feed me this food, but it was a sigh of relief knowing that the Lord made me walk out of there Saturday morning, pushed me all the way up this hill. And because I walked, I think about 12 miles, but I don't know. But these guys, and they were just coming up to go hunting, but they go, we're going to look for Ron. And the guy goes, we could turn and go down this road. And one guy looked at him and goes, no, 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 no. Go up the other road. That's the road God's saying to go up, runs up that road. And they drove up that road about 4 miles, and I was sitting there praying to the Lord. And there they were. It was just an amazing thing. Thank God. Thank the Fresno County Rescue Team and thank the hundreds of thousands of people that were praying for me.
That's
I
right.
had I got a church family that loves me. I got a family that loves me. And apparently I got a whole community of people I don't even know that love me. And they're just a great group of people.
And the first time you saw your family in the hospital, oh, t tell me what processed through your mind? Did you ever think you were going to see them again?
I had my doubts. I really did until I seen, and me and my wife just hugged and cried and in the emergency room and just cried. And about midnight, we finally got a room. They took us up to a room about midnight of our own. And then I was trying to sleep and she was trying to sleep. My legs are killing me. My hips are killing me because I've been sleeping in this Dodge Dakota. I took the front seat out so I could lay down and stretch out. And that wasn't much better. It's rough to sleep in. And she goes, are you sleeping? I go, no, I'm just laying here awake and tossing and turning. And she come over and sat on the edge of the bed and we talked till 7, 8 o'clock in the morning all night long. And she was showing me all the all the rescue people what they were doing and all the all the prayers and God, and we went through and we text people and there's I don't know how many, probably tens to 100,000 people that were praying and just kind of. saved my life, and it was just great. And me and my wife pretty much talked for 2 nights. We were both exhausted. We're exhausted now. We're both tired, but I wanted to get this done because there's a story here. I don't know what it is. God's going to do something for me, and I want people to know God is big. He's bigger than any of us could imagine, and He takes care of His people. And He took care of me and my wife and my family and my grandkids and all my extended family. I had all my extended. My nephew flew out from Minnesota. My sister flew out from St. Louis. Everybody was up in that hill looking for me. My nephew knows me like the back of my hand because he's hunted with me for several years. Him and his dad, we used to all hunt together. But it's just phenomenal what the Fresno rescue team does. They are amazing. And I mean, they pull in resources that I've never, ever seen in my life.
And hope to never
And I
see again.
appreciate everything they've done. They saved my life. They really did.
Amen to
They
that.
may not have found me, but they saved my life because even most of them were praying for me.
Mhm.
It's just amazing.
Spread the word.
They're out there searching for you every day, reaching out
Every
to us for media, for help as well.
every day. I didn't know what was going on. When the guy yelled my name out of the truck, I'm going, who's this guy? I don't know this guy. And I mean, they jumped out of that truck and they all start hugging me. And he goes, no, man, you're plastered all over the mountain. He goes, everybody's looking for you. All the hunters, Fresno Rescue, everybody. I goes, there's probably 10,000 people up here driving around looking for you. I go, oh my God. If they would have only known where I was,
Yeah.
they did not. I had a rescue helicopter fly right over the top of my truck, 200 feet up, went right over me.
Just
But
couldn't
my
see
truck
it.
is gray. I'm parked on a gray rock. They didn't have time to see it,
Yeah.
because there was a few trees around, blocked their view. But
Yeah, I was just about to ask you that if you came across anybody or if you heard
I
any of the
seen
airlift.
I seen the helicopters flying around, so I knew people were looking, but they were on the other side of the hill from where I was at. But there was a few of them that flew down in there, few planes that flew down there and circled around, but it's pretty hard to spot that truck when you're parked on a gray rock because it's gray.
And you shot your gun.
And I shot 100 rounds of bullets out of my 40 cal pistol. And I honk my horn all the time. You know, but they're on this side of the mountain. I was on this side of the mountain, so they didn't hear it or see it. And I have no regrets for what they've done because they looked where they thought I would be, and they did the best they could, and they're very good at what they do. I'm so proud that they were trying to save my life. And it was just phenomenal.
And I know we've heard it time and time again from your family too that you're an experienced hunter. Do you believe your skills really helped you to survive all of that?
Absolutely.
It's just once I realized that I was going to be there a while, I went into kind of a survival mode. I know how to prepare for the cold. I had 2 coats, 6 or 8 pair of gloves, and I cut the glove fingers, and I had one pair that were good for hunting. You flip up and down, and I electrical taped them down, cut the fingers all loose, slipped them on my feet, taped them onto my feet, and then I had a towel I cut in half and I wrapped around my feet, wrapped around my legs, tied it on there because I was running out of electrical tape. And I did this every night. Every night I did this routine. It took me an hour and a half to get ready to lay down. And then I slipped my feet inside one of my coat arms to give it a little more protection. And I had 2 seat covers. I took the passenger seat out of the truck and put it in the back. And then 2 seat covers. I slipped my feet down inside, and they looked like they had some wool on them. So I go, well, a little more protection, keep me a little warmer. Save my toes. I don't have no frostbite. I was cold several times because it was snow and it probably got down to 15, 18 degrees at night. But yeah, just saved my life.
And the
God,
good thing, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
God saved my life. I prayed to God Friday night. And I told him, look, Lord, I go, you either got to walk out of here, I'm going to stay here and die. I go, you got to tell me what to do. You got to tell me in the morning, 6:45 in the morning. God touched me on the head. He goes, get up, Ron, get your boots on. We got to go walking. So I just got up, took all my stuff off, put my boots on, filled my backpack up with 3 bottles of water and my couple hats that I've been wearing. And off went trucking. I started walking as much as I could. And it took me from 7:45 in the morning until them guys ran into me at 4:45 in the afternoon.
Wow, for all those days, you would say you were walking mostly trying to find some sort of help.
Well, I did walk around and look for the trail, but I was low on fuel and I'm looking at this trail and I'm going, I can't get this truck up here. There's no way. This truck will not go up this stuff. It was too long wheelbase. And I go, it just won't climb it. It's just wouldn't
Smartest
do
to
it.
stay with
So
the truck.
the option was to stay there and have the little bit of fuel that I had to warm my truck up. You know, if I had to get it warm a little bit every night, because I only had, well, it was all the way down to an eighth of a tank. And when I got down into the first few days, I had almost a half a tank. But I burned a lot of that up when it was snowy and cold.
And your family also said that you prepared, was it like a week's or 2 week or a week of food? I'm not sure if I remember correctly. Did you usually pack that much food when you would go out for trips to be
It
prepared?
was just a day trip.
Okay.
I grabbed half a bag of beef jerky, a couple granola bars. I stopped and filled up with gas. I stopped at the store, picked me up a couple cups of coffee and a bag of nuts and a bag of peanuts.
You only
And
had enough for one day.
basically one
Yeah.
day's worth of food. I lived on 900 calories for 14 days.
Holy cow. For some reason,
I
I had thought I had seen like a week or something.
no.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
apologies.
He had food. He ate for 2 weeks, but he only packed for one day.
Okay.
I had right around 900 calories of food. I totaled it up. And when I'm sitting there in the snow, I go, this has got to last me a few days. So I would just have a little bit of piece of beef jerky every day and, you know, 7, 8 nuts, mostly water. I drink a lot. I drink 6 to 8, maybe more bottles of water a day. And
Mhm.
that I think the water's what sustained my life.
Mhm.
So I could have been a lot more dehydrated, but the last 6 days I had nothing to eat. I went 2 weeks. On last Sunday, I had a little handful of nuts and a piece of jerky about that big. I ate the jerky, and then about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I ate the nuts, and they were full of salt. And that kind of helped me. I was trying to build a fire several times, but all I had was a flint and a striker. I had some toilet paper, and 5 map books that I've always carried with me over the last 40 years. And I finally got enough magnesium and some toilet paper. I wadded up and got hit it with the striker, and it caught the toilet paper on fire. And I stepped the paper on it, and I built a fire the last 3 days before I was there. I had a big fire. I walked around and collected firewood. That's how I cut my hands all up.
You tried to start.
But I tried to start it before that, but I couldn't do it. I tried like 5, 6 times before that, and I just couldn't get it done. And then I go, you know what? I bet that toilet paper will burn better than this paper here. And it did. And once I got it started every night, when I went to lay down, there was a pile of wood on top of that. And it'd be 2 feet high and it 4 feet wide, and it'd just be a pile of ash every morning. And I'd get up and I'd go, well, look, is it coals, any coals? And I'd run over there, stick my hand over it, and go, "Hey, a little heat." And I start digging around, dig a hole down there, and there, wad me up some toilet paper and got some sticks to stick on it. And I'd start blowing on it and blowing on it and blowing on it. Bingo, here comes the
And
fire
it
back.
started. Oh my goodness.
And then
Survival instinct kicked in.
I did that for 3 nights.
And you
It,
put the green leaves
it,
on there. Yeah.
I probably carried 2,000 pounds of wood from
Mhm.
around. There was not a piece of wood within 200 feet of my truck after them 3 nights.
Yeah.
You
You're like,
know,
I used it all up.
yeah, I
Yeah.
did. I just got tired of walking too far. I go, that's too far. I'm spending too much energy. And
Yeah.
I'm talking to myself. I'm going, well, you can carry all this wood. He goes, and I go, yeah, I heard to be able to walk some. And then that Friday night, I had the conversation with the Lord and I told him, I go, we got to make a decision. And he woke me up and goes, let's go, Ron. We're on our way. And when I did, he pushed me up that hill several times. I sit down probably every 50 yards or less because I couldn't breathe because it's high altitude and my legs were tired. I was physically wore out.
And most of the time, were you near your truck just to take shelter, where to sleep at night and things like that, or did you
And
relocate?
I knew if I walked away from that truck earlier, there was still a ton of snow up on other places around there that I wouldn't survive the night. The only really protection I had from the animals, if there was any around, was inside that truck. And I knew, and then I've told my wife before, God, I will not walk away from my truck if I think that I won't make it. And she goes, okay. And I stuck with it. I stuck with what I thought was right to me. I'm not a survivalist. I don't have any survival training. I'm just a normal person. But that's just the way I learned when I was a kid.
And with the snow, when it started melting, would you say, did you leave on foot to try to
I
relocate, or did you stay
I
next to your
did.
truck?
I did relocate a couple times. Got stuck a few times. I had to jack my truck up and do some more stuff with ropes that were unexpected.
Hmm.
But once the fuel got to where I go, man, I'm not gonna. But I would get out and walk. I would walk this trail, and I'm looking at it. I'm going, geez, I don't know if I can make it through this. This is a bad thing. And then I mean, I walked it 4 or 5 times because I call it the gauntlet because it was between two big rocks and it's barely a little wider than my truck, and there was big old boulders in it. I'm talking 2 foot round boulders. It's
Hmm.
rocks everywhere, drops and stuff. And it went kind of in an S. And I go, I can't make it through there. And then I look at it and look at it. I go, well, we're going to try. And I went through there and I hit it hard and I bounced off a couple of rocks and my whole truck's tore up. It's dented everywhere. The
Hmm.
bumpers are off. The mirror, I lost the mirror. I
Yeah.
busted the window out of my camper shell in the back. And I mean, I tore it up. I tried to get out. I seriously
Yeah.
did. And
Yeah.
then the fuel situation got in that. I go, I can't drive it no more.
Hmm.
So I found a flat spot. I backed it up there, jacked the front of it up, leveled it out. And I go, well, at least we see, ripped the seat out, threw it in the back, got my gun case out and put 2 guns in one case and laid the other one down and slept on that. But it was a Bible moment. And what saved me was God, the love for my family and friends and family and my church family. I wanted to see all of them again. I told God, I go, this is not your fault, God. This is my fault. I drove down in here. I said, but you're going to have to save me. I said, so you're going to have to help me get out of here. And by golly, he sure did. He's the best God in the world, or the best God in the universe, I should say, because
Amen to that.
he's a lot bigger than I am.
Mhm. And he literally worked his miracle, bringing you back home. He answered
Yes,
those
he did.
prayers, and I know you're going to be living throughout his word every single day moving forward, just as before. Do you see
Yeah.
yourself ever going solo hunting again?
I made a promise to God. I said, I'll never kill another one of your animals. You saved my life. I will quit hunting. And my wife, the first words out of her mouth, she goes, you're not hunting anymore by yourself. And I go, okay,
We're
because I
going.
already made that promise to God,
So
and
no more
I love
hunting.
hunting. I've been hunting with my family since I was 3 years old, maybe younger,
Hmm.
and I've hunted that area up there all my life. I know the roads. I know all the roads up there like the back of my hand. I don't even use the map generally when I'm navigating around, because I know them all. Guys look at me, goes, how do you know this? I go, I've been driving this for 50 years,
Yeah.
you know, but God saved my life. He really did. And now I owe the rest of my life to him and his ministry. He's going to do something with me. I don't know what, but he is. And I'll be proud to do it for him.
After a few months break.
Yeah.
Just a little time to rest and relax,
Yes.
huh? Well, thank you so much again for opening up your homes and your heart and your story, literally after a few days now. The one quick question that comes to mind. So every night, were you coming back to the truck as shelter for the 20 days?
Every night. Yeah, I didn't get more. I walked about 400 yards to look up this trail to see what kind of stuff that I had to climb up. And I'm looking at it and I'm going, there's no way I can get up the rest of this. It's a rock, a
Mhm.
Jeep, you know what a rock crawler is, you know, and they run 35, 38-inch tires and 4 feet off the
Mhm.
ground. I don't have a vehicle. Mine's a stock Dodge Dakota with stock tires. It's 18 inches off the ground. And there's no way. It's the long wheelbase. They got a short wheelbase.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at this and I'm going, there's no way. So I just said, I got to hunker down right here, stay close to the water, and just keep watching the plane build a fire. And every time I could hear a plane coming, I would start throwing green wood on it to make that fire start smoking. But they never seen it. They were mainly concentrated on the other side of the mountain instead of the side that I was on, and nobody knew I was over there. I have no problems. The Fresno rescue team are phenomenal. They're a bunch of great crew. The D7 hunters, they all started quit hunting and started looking for me, but I was in a spot where nobody knew I was. The only one that knew where I was me, and I'm thinking, Ron, you're a dummy, Ron. Why did you get in here?
Hey, you're still here with us today, so that's all that matters now, right?
That's right. That's
That's
right.
right.
Now
All
I'm here to
right.
serve the Lord.
Amen to that. I'm so glad that you're here with us and alive. Thanks to God. Would your family members like to chime in or say something?
I'm here. I would just like to say thank you to everyone who searched for him and everyone who gave us the well wishes and the the prayers to help us know that he was going to be returned to us safely. And Fresno County Sheriff's Office did amazing. All the search and rescue teams did amazing. People were riding on horses, the side by sides, I think they're called Sherpas or something like that. These crazy vehicles. Everyone who flew a plane out there to help search for him. We're really grateful to everyone who put in their time and spent the time to try and find him. And we're just so grateful to the hunters that found him and brought him home safely to us.
And when did you guys find out that Ron was found and alive?
we we got a call about 5:45 and we all they said was we have your husband before they lost service, so we were just very confused, and then they called back a little while later and we figured out that they had him and he was alive and well, and my mom was able to talk to him, and then we met him at the hospital a few hours later.
And what were you guys feeling? Tell me that emotion of getting that call. I know you guys were searching every single day. I would see the messages on the hunters group as well.
We were holding out hope the entire time, and when we got that call, my I was out at the time, so I got a call from my aunt, and I may have said a few words to her I probably shouldn't have, but I was just so grateful that she was calling to tell me he was safe and alive, and we were just so overwhelmed with emotion. We couldn't stop crying. So we're trying to stop now. He's home, he's safe, he's pretty healthy. So we're just grateful for everyone and every person who put in the time and effort, and grateful to God, and we're just excited to have him home and ready to go back to normal, hopefully.
Yeah, they're tears of joy.
Yes,
They're good to
absolutely.
have. Alrighty.
Absolutely.